Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. If you're lucky enough to own a 2017 Raptor, you know this is an awesome truck right out of the box. And if you're thinking about buying one, I can tell you the hype is real. The new Raptor does everything well, but the one thing it can't do, it can't sound like a V8. It is a V6, and like it or not, the V6 is an awesome performing engine. Now, it doesn't sound that great out of the box, but there's definitely ways to make it sound better. So today we're going to install this MagnaFlow exhaust system on our 2017 Raptor. This is the MagnaFlow MF Series catback fitting your 2017 Raptor. This is a 3-inch dual split rear exit, so the tips are going to exit in the factory location. Speaking of tips, they are 5-inch tips, available in your choice of a black or a polished finish. Like all MagnaFlow, this is made of high-quality 409 stainless steel right here in the USA and features all mandrel bends, will be a direct replacement for your factory exhaust. For this installation, a lift is recommended, but you can do it on the ground. You'll need a 3/8 or 1/2 inch ratchet, 10mm socket, 13mm socket, 15mm socket, and a hanger removal tool. Now, our Raptor already had an aftermarket exhaust, so we removed that prior to the installation. The removal of the factory is pretty straightforward, and MagnaFlow does outline it in their instructions. Now, one quick tip, the band clamp that comes with it is going to be installed with the nuts facing up. Makes it actually very, very hard to get to. But there's a slot here that lines up with a tab on the factory exhaust. What I suggest doing is flip this over, just drill a little tab in the corner there to cut out. It'll make it a lot easier to install. I'll put the band clamp up into place, line up with the stud, and we can start with the first front pipe. Now, MagnaFlow includes components in the system that fit both the Super Cab or Super Crew version of the truck. Now, ours is a Super Crew. This particular hanger, in this case, is not going to do anything as there isn't a hanger in place there, but there's an extension piece that goes on it, which we'll show you in a minute. I'll put this up into place. Just snug these for now. We'll make adjustments later. You just want to hold it in place. All right, now for the extension pipe. What you want to do, put a clamp on the pipe, put it through the hanger. You might want to loosen these bolts if you're having trouble getting enough space, but it should clear. Get that into place just like that. Then again here, we're going to snug the clamp, but not tighten it. Now, your factory pipe will still have the studs attached. We had to remove them for our other exhaust that we installed. What you can do now is take the secondary pipe and put it on those studs. Then use the supplied nuts from MagnaFlow. Then you'll want to evenly tighten them down. Okay, then you move on to the extension pipes. All right, we already installed the passenger side extension pipe with the hanger. The same style pipe here for the driver's side. Again, you're only going to use these on a Super Crew. Again, we're going to get it snug but not tight. All right, now we can put the muffler assembly up into place. You're going to start by putting it in the rear hanger. A little silicone spray will make it a lot easier to get these through. Make sure you put some clamps in place. Grab the passenger side tailpipe. Make sure you put the clamp on again in advance. Sort of fish it over where it's going to go. And get it up on the muffler. And same thing with the driver's side. Clamp over the axle and slide it on the muffler. Right, now we're going to install the tailpipe. This is a little bit tricky. Make sure you put a clamp on first. You can remove the hangers to make it easier, but you can put it on with the hangers in place. You're going to start with the back hanger. I'm going to push it through, not as far as it'll go. And you're going to sort of twist it up into place. Be the same process for this side. Make sure you put a clamp on first. Start at the back. With everything installed, now we can go back through it and tighten up all our clamps. If you have an extra set of hands, you can have them actually hold the tips. Make sure they stay where you want them while you tighten all the clamps. Make sure everything is straight and your installation is finished. As we come to expect from MagnaFlow by now, the fit and finish was excellent, but we know a lot of you just want to hear how it sounds, so let's fire it up. It's definitely no V8, but it does have a nice deep idle tone and a pretty good tone at loud volume as well. Now the new Raptor is definitely kind of a level above the old Raptor, especially with fit and finish in the interior. Overall, it's much quieter inside to begin with. So at idle, while you hear the system with the windows down, it's got a nice deep tone to it. Sitting there with the windows up, you barely hear it at all. But it sounds good as you accelerate. It has a, MagnaFlow is known for having a little bit of a deeper tone, and I know a lot of people are worried that deep equals drone, so we'll definitely get it on the highway and see what it does there. But so far, I mean, this is a good sounding system for this truck. You still get a little bit of that turbo sound through it, which you hear. It's got a nice tone to it, and it's not that overly loud, hollow, echoey sound that a lot of EcoBoost systems have. Even get up closer to like $5,000, it doesn't get that sound to it. It sounds good in the truck. All right, that's 65 in 10th gear. It's hard to say that still. And doesn't have a resonance to it. It doesn't, you can hear it. You definitely know it's there, but no, it's not. Definitely doesn't have that that sound you get from some of the drones. The MagnaFlow's 5-inch black tips look perfect on our Raptor, and I like the sound of the system too. Yes, it's an EcoBoost. Yes, it has that V6 tone, but it's not hollow and echoey like some of the ones I've heard. It's got a nice tone at idle especially, and when you're cruising it sounds pretty good as well. The installation's pretty straightforward. Figure about 2 to 3 hours. We'll be back on the road in no time.